Hi everyone, welcome to today's reading. Today we are going to find out what makes you so attractive and irresistible to other people. Now this could be in a romantic context, but it could also just be a general reading of what qualities about you draw other people to you? What do other people admire about you? We have 3 piles here to choose from today. From left to right, we have pile 1, 2, and 3. I've attached a GIF, a looping image, to each pile. I hope this helps you to choose if you would like to choose visually. Feel free to choose more than one pile if you feel that more than one pile or more than one GIF is calling out to you and drawing you in. There could be a secondary message for you in another pile. And I'll keep the GIFs looping on screen for about a minute or so to help you choose. And I'll keep the timestamps in the description box below. See you in a minute. Hello Pile 1, let's start by looking at your tarot cards. First up, you've got the 3 of Swords, the Moon, the Sun, the 8 of Wands, Waning Crescent 3, Surrender, Prostitute. Don't be alarmed by this card. Let's look at the attributes written on the card. So for the light attribute, it says accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. And on the shadow side, we have places material considerations and security above self-empowerment. We have here scribe, preserving knowledge and information, and perhaps also altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. We have here the dark, and finally the lunar card, which is, well, the moon. I think that from what I see in the cards, you might be someone who has had a rather difficult past or has experienced heartache in the past, and there's a sense of there's a sadness and darkness lingering underneath the face you show to the outside world, and this is palpable to other people, even though you might appear to be very cheerful at times. I say that because of the 3 of Swords, the 2 moon cards, the moon tarot card and the lunar card, as well as the sun card. And the dark card, the Sylvia Plath oracle card as well. And for better or for worse, this darkness that is this aura you give off can be very attractive to other people. You're like a Lana Del Rey song. I think you might be a little bit goth. And with the 2 moon cards, the moon tarot card and the lunar card, I think that you are also someone who's very in touch with your intuition, in touch with your subconscious, in touch with the intangible parts of our consciousness. You give off this very watery energy. And even with the dark card, now, I think you might be a little moody or temperamental at times, and this moodiness might feel kind of sexy to other people. They might find you intriguing and want to get to know you more. And the thing about the moon is that it's always in flux. It's always changing. The phases of the moon are always changing, and you might be very unexpected to other people. You're unpredictable. That's the word, unpredictable. And sometimes you might do things that are unexpected to other people, or they might find you to be very surprising and multifaceted. They might feel like they're always discovering a new part of you. And with, the 2 moon cards and the dark card, I also think it's interesting because to other people, it may feel like there's a part of you that's always unknowable to them, that's always out of their reach, but this makes them want to get to know you even more. Because there's always a part of the moon, like a side of the moon that's facing away from the earth, but it's there. And this is what they want to get to know. It's like how, man wants to land on the moon and discover the moon and explore the moon. And I also think that you might be someone who is very interested in the occult. I mean, given that you are watching a tarot video, I don't think it's very surprising that you might be more interested in spirituality or the occult. But there's something witchy about you that's very attractive to other people. And I was just reading about Sylvia Plath recently, and I think I read that she was at one point in her life very interested in the occult, very interested in communicating with the dead. Now, I'm not saying that you're necessarily someone who's very into communicating with the dead, very into the darker parts of magic or spirituality. But I do think that you give other people a sense that you're someone who knows more than you're letting on. You're someone who can see things that are not discernible to the average eye. You're someone who's a little bit different, but in a good way, in a very mesmerizing way. With the 3 of Swords, I also think that you're someone who might be, or rather might appear to have a more delicate side that to other people may feel kind of inviting, because they feel like they want to protect you or give you security and be the one person whom you need. Of course, again, this might not be who you really are or how you see yourself, but this is just what other people may feel about you, perhaps based on how you carry yourself or based on your interests. Like I mentioned, you might be someone who's very interested in the occult, and they might have certain preconceptions about you because of that. I also find it very interesting that the moon card and the sun card are right by each other. To me, that seems to say that you are somebody who tries to put on a cheerful facade despite the sense that there's a darkness lingering beneath what you show other people. However, because the Sun card is a very powerful card, it's a major arcana card, I do think that despite all the dark, watery energy that you have about you, there is a side of you that's connected with your inner child, that has a childlike disposition. So despite the hardships that you may have experienced in the past or maybe currently experiencing, you are somebody who is still optimistic about the future. And that to other people may be very attractive because sometimes even though we're attracted to the dark, it can be it can be overwhelming and toxic. However, you're not like that. You are somebody who knows how to rein the darkness back when it gets out of control. Like I mentioned just now, you might be someone who does very unexpected things. And with the 8 of Wands, I see that there might be moments where you get caught up in a whirlwind of energy and do something very unexpected. You achieve something very unexpected. And sometimes the 8 of Wands is about danger as well. You might be someone who is attracted to danger. And that in turn is attractive to other people. You might be a daredevil. You might be a little bit reckless at times. And with the surrender card in the corner, I think that you are somebody who is, or rather somebody who knows when to surrender to your impulses, who knows when to do what your intuition is telling you. This to other people may seem like you might be acting beyond the realms of logic, and it isn't necessarily a good or bad thing. I think that this just means that you're someone who cannot be confined to the bounds of what is considered common sense. You're very unconventional, and that makes you attractive to other people. The prostitute card also makes me think that you're somebody who's very unconventional. You're somebody who doesn't conform to social norms. You're somebody who doesn't care about what society thinks is right or wrong. You just go out there and do what you want to do. And I do think this ties in with the moon card, the dark card, being very in touch with your subconscious, with the darker aspects of your psyche, and even with the sun card and the 8 of Wands, like I said, being attracted to danger, being attracted to the adrenaline rush, and the childlike disposition that the sun card brings as well. You're connected to the inner child that other people are, in a way that other people are not. And if you look at the light attributes on the prostitute card, it accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. To me, the challenge of surviving refers to, or rather relates to, the 3 of Swords card, relates to the difficulties or heartbreak that you may have experienced. And you are somebody who doesn't cave into the difficulties that you've faced. You're not someone who would change yourself just because of what you've experienced. And I know that there's a surrender card there, but this is not what the surrender card is about. The surrender card is about surrendering the aspects of yourself, of your psyche that does not serve you, so that you can do what is true to you and be your most authentic self. Now with the scribe card, I think that you might be somebody, like I said, you're somebody who's a little bit goth, who's very connected to your subconscious. I think that you might be someone who writes about it. You're like this, the image I'm getting is the tortured artist type. And you're also somebody who's very into knowledge and wisdom, not necessarily conventional education, but you're very into learning, very into learning about life, learning about the world, learning about the occult, learning about things that makes sense to you. How do I put this? The thing about it's different from learning in school, because sometimes in school we're forced to learn certain things that we know are not going to be relevant to us in the long term. However, while you may not be very attracted to the idea of a conventional education or conventional learning, you are very interested in learning about the world. And that yearning for knowledge, for wisdom is very attractive to other people. The scribe card also makes me think that you are somebody who is very connected to other people. I say that because scribes record things that other people say, things that happen to other people. They record history, they record stories from other people. And you are somebody who is very empathetic, I feel, especially with the moon cards. So when somebody tells you a story about themselves, you don't just listen to it like it's a piece of gossip or just like something random that you read on the news every day. You listen to it and you internalize it. It's almost as if you carve it into your heart. You are preserving what other people say to you into your heart, preserving their stories into your heart, and this makes them want to confide in you. Combine the scribe card with the moon card, I feel like you are somebody who makes other people want to share their secrets with. And this is all I have for group 1. I hope this resonates with you, and I'm truly thankful to have your attention. I'm truly thankful that you've watched this, and I hope to see you again. If you liked this, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you. Group 2, let's look at what makes you attractive to other people. First up, we have the Queen of Coins, the Knight of Cups, the Two of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. Here we have Waxing Gibbous One, Discernment. We have here the Bully card. Don't be alarmed by this card. Let's look at what it says. For the light attributes, it says highlights your tendency to intimidate other people, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. And for the shadow attribute, it says conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. And here we have the Seeker card. Thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. However, you might also have the inability to commit to a path once found. We have here Belonging and Mercurius. Okay, so first off, I think you are a very adventurous person. I say that because of the Knight of Cups and Two of Wands. The Knight of Cups is a dreamer, somebody who is very idealistic, somebody who is not bound by common sense, somebody who is very romantic and creative. And the Two of Wands is about preparing for an adventure. You are about to head off head out into the world to explore the world, and you have the world in your hands. That's what this card always reminds me of, because if you look at the conventional Rider-Waite depiction, there's a man holding a globe in his hands and looking out into the world. It's about travel, it's about looking into the future, there's also a sense of knowing that you, like I said, have the world in your hands. There's a confidence there, and there's also an eagerness to go out of your comfort zone, to do things that are not familiar to you. So these two cards combined makes me think that you are a very adventurous person. You are somebody who seeks thrills, who wants to try out new things, who cannot stay rooted to one spot for a very long time. You're always wanting to go somewhere, always wanting to travel, to experience new things, new cultures, new people, and so on. So this makes you very attractive to other people, because they feel very excited. They feel that it's very exciting to be around you. They are always learning new things, experiencing new things when they are around you. I think this ties in with the Mercurius card as well. So Mercury, I believe, is the messenger of the gods and wears winged sandals to travel from one place to another. So I think that you're a very flighty person. You're always moving from one place to another. Not just to observe other people or other cultures or be a sort of bystander, because the Mercurius or Mercury card is also about communication. So you are very into learning about new things, about new people, learning about what makes them tick, and trying to communicate with them, trying to truly learn more about them and connect with them. That ties in with the Seeker card as well. You're always seeking new knowledge and new wisdom, and this isn't about conventional knowledge and wisdom like in the previous poll as well. You are not somebody who necessarily only seeks conventional education. You're somebody who truly wants to get to know other people. And like I mentioned just now, you are an adventurer. So this doesn't necessarily just mean that you're somebody who likes to travel and experience new cultures. But also it could be that you like to be involved with your community. You like to join new clubs, new circles. You like to meet new people. You like to try new hobbies. And you have a very creative and romantic air about you. You bring enthusiasm into everything that you do. However, despite your flighty nature, your adventurous nature, you're somebody who makes other people feel a sense of belonging, as seen in the belonging card in the top right hand corner. So you might not always be around, you might be a very busy person, but when they are with you, they feel a sense of belonging. They feel like you truly know them. And I get the sense that you're a people person as well, so you feel a sense of belonging no matter which community you're in. You manage to fit in very well because of how willing you are to get to know other people. This is reflected in the discernment card as well in the bottom left corner. You don't let preconceptions cloud your judgments about other people. You're able to discern their true nature, and you're able to discern what's on their mind, what's troubling them. And this is noticeable to other people, like they know that you are a very perceptive person. and they feel like when they're with you, they're being seen, they're being heard. The Ten of Cups talks about this as well. The Ten of Cups is about harmony, it's about family life. So when people are with you, they feel like your family, and you are able to get along with everyone. And at the same time, the Ten of Cups is also about appreciating the what you have, appreciating the little things in life. So you see that there's there's an arc here where the cups are. So in the conventional Rider-Waite depiction, it's there's a rainbow here. And we have people looking at the rainbow in the sky and celebrating, feeling very joyous. This to me is that you are somebody who is very appreciative of little things in life, very appreciative of what other people do for you, very appreciative of small acts of kindness, appreciative of nature. With the Queen of Coins as well, yes, you might be somebody who's very connected with nature, connected with spirituality, who's very grounded, and people just feel happy around you. They just feel like life is worth enjoying around you when they are around you. The Ten of Cups as well, because it brings about such a deep sense of elation and joy. It makes me think that this person, or rather other people who are attracted to you, view you almost as a living dream. You're like the ideal person. You are beyond their wildest dreams. You are a better person than they could have ever imagined. This could be because of how larger than life you are, how discerning you are. With the Queen of Coins, I also get the sense that, like I said, you're a larger than life person. You're somebody who's very confident, somebody who can be very nurturing, perhaps because of how well you communicate with other people. Someone who's very sensual, someone who appreciates the finer things in life, and someone who appreciates the little joys that you experience every day. Somebody who's very conventionally attractive or sexy as well, because the Queen of Coins is a very sexual card. It's the out of all the queens is the card that is most closely linked with the Empress, and the Empress is about sexuality. It's about beauty. Of course, this doesn't necessarily mean that you're female. It just means that there's something very sensual and attractive about you. And the thing about the Queen of Coins is that maybe it's not so clear in this depiction, but in the traditional Rider-Waite depiction, I believe she's holding the pentacle and looking at it and really appreciating it. She's sitting on her throne, and there are these vines and beautiful plants and flowers growing around her, as if they are almost as if they are worshipping her. They are growing because of her, because she's there and she's one with nature. And because of how she treats the pentacle, there are other court cards like the Knight of Coins who just holds the pentacle but never really looks at it. But the Queen of Coins appreciates it, and it's almost as if she's caressing it. She's really looking at it. And this is the energy that you give out. This is what other people feel when they are in your presence. They feel like they're being seen, they're being appreciated. They feel like they're being showered with love. It's like how the Queen of Coins is surrounded with plants, and the plants are all showing her love. When people are around you, they feel like they are being showered with your love. They feel like they're in this meadow, this beautiful place, this paradise also, where they are with you and you only. And the bully card makes me think that you help them confront the things that they are insecure about, because the idea here about the bully card is that people bully other people. People try to intimidate other people because they feel insecure. But when they're around you, they don't have to feel insecure. They can let that go. However, the bully card and the Queen of Coins makes me think that there's also a part of you that may feel a little bit intimidating to them, even though they do feel a sense of belonging when they're around you. Now, what do I mean by that? Like I mentioned before, you're somebody who's like a dream to them. You're somebody who's larger than life. You're somebody who's very romantic and idealistic, yeah, with the Queen of Coins and the Knight of Cups. You're somebody who's very confident, and this can feel a little bit intimidating to them at times. However, this is also what draws them to you. It's almost as if they feel like they want to be dazzled by you. They want to surrender themselves to you. They want you to take them. That's the vibe I feel. That's the vibe I get. And that's all I have for group 2. I hope this resonated with you, and I truly appreciate you for coming here to my video and viewing this reading. And if it resonated with you, please consider liking and subscribing, and I hope to see you again. Goodbye. My group 3, let's take a look at your cards. First up, you have the 3 of Coins. You have here the Hanged Man, the 7 of Coins, and the Ace of Coins. We have here the Flower Moon blossoming. Here we have the Subconscious. We have here the Monk or Nun card, selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit, or negative judgment of the physical world, excess piety. We have here the Athlete card, dedication to transcending physical limits including handicaps, development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. Shadow attributes, misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability and entitlement. And finally, we have the Neptunus card. So pile 3, I think what really draws other people to you is your single-minded devotion. This could be your devotion to your job, to other people, to them, to everything that you do. When they're with you, they know that you are truly and wholeheartedly devoted to them. I say that because of the Monk and Nun card, which is about single-minded devotion, devoting your whole life, your whole being into something. To something, devoting your entire being to something, as well as the 7 of Coins. 7 of Coins is basically about hard work. It's about single-mindedly working at something to build something. Now this could be you trying to build a relationship with other people, you trying to build your dreams, your projects. And with the Athlete card as well, how could I have missed this? Athlete card is about dedication. It's about basically working your ass off at something, pushing your limits, and really believing in yourself. And this is very attractive to other people, perhaps because your devotion, your determination is infectious. When they're with you, they feel like they can do anything as well. They can achieve their dreams as well. And of course, when they're with you, they feel like they could make a relationship work because of how willing you are to put yourself into the relationship, how devoted you are into the relationship. And sorry for the lighting. I think it just became darker. I tried to open the curtains, but it didn't really help. It's probably the weather is turning dark. And where was I? Right, the athlete's card also tells me that you might be somebody who's very athletic, who's very fit, and well, as we all know, from movies and all that, athletic people tend to be popular. Just think about any teen movie that you've watched. Athletes are always popular, so this could be why they're attracted to you as well. Perhaps you are very physically attractive and physically fit. I think it's also interesting that we have 3 pentacle cards in this reading. The 3 of coins, the 7 of coins, and the ace of coins. This to me says that you could be somebody who's very down to earth, but at the same time also very driven to succeed in your ambitions and career. And this drive, this ambition could be very attractive to other people. I'm using Tarot of the Divine here, and the images on the cards are inspired by folk tales and mythology from around the world, and I believe this Ace of Coins card is a depiction of Jack and the Beanstalk, and the magic bean being the coin that is in the picture. And I believe that the writer refers to the depiction of Jack and the Beanstalk in the Ace of Coins card here as a symbol of the devotion that the Ace of Coins brings, of having potential and devoting yourself to that potential without any fear of your hopes not realizing. And this to me speaks about you as a person, and this makes you very attractive to other people because you're like the kind of person who can manifest anything you want. You're like a success story that they see on the internet and they hear about a living legend, living success. Or at least that's what they feel like they could achieve when they're around you, and they really admire you for your drive. So with all the pentacle cards and the blossoming card, it also tells me that you are somebody who very earthy and very sensual, very down, but at the same time also very down to earth. Now the blossoming card, I think it could be a reference to your drive as well. So the blossoming card is about something good that is on the cusp of happening. And when other people are with you, they always feel like something good is going to happen, or that something good is happening, that they are blossoming, that you are blossoming as a person, and they also feel like you are growing as a person. And at the same time, this blossoming card could also be talking about your drive and ambition. Like I mentioned, the Ace of Coins is about Jack and the Beanstalk. It's about, planting the seeds and watching something grow. And when they're around you, they really enjoy watching you plant your seeds and watching you work at whatever it is that you're doing. It could be working on yourself as a person to better yourself as a person. It could be your dreams and ambitions and so on. And I think I mentioned briefly that you are very down to a very earthy person. Now with the with the pentacle card and the blossoming, the image I get in my mind is you could be somebody who's very into things like wellness. So you could be very into yoga and very into eating clean and so on. You're almost like a fitness influencer or someone who's very into clean living, very into yoga, into meditation, and so on. I'm not saying that you're really or you are literally a fitness influencer or health guru, although you could be judging by the athlete card. But I'm just saying that you live your life along with those ideals that fitness influencers are trying to sell. You truly live your life in a way that is devoted to your mental wellness, that is devoted to the environment, and so on. And that is very attractive to other people. The Three of Coins is about working together with other people to build something for the community, to build a piece of art, to create something beautiful. So with the Three of Coins and the Blossoming card, I do feel like when other people are with you, they feel like they are going to create something beautiful, that you are going to create something beautiful with them. This could be a metaphor for your relationship, that you are going to work together and create the most wonderful life, build and live the most wonderful life with them. Or it could mean that you really stir their passion to say do something for your community or let's say work together to create a piece of art that they might have never thought they could be capable of achieving on their own. So I'm kind of getting like a Taurus vibe with this pile. I think it's because of the Seven of Coins. I believe, if I'm not wrong, the Seven of Coins is ruled by Taurus. So you're somebody who's very like a Taurus. You might be a Taurus, or you could, like I said, be somebody who's very sensual and who has great devotion in the things they do, in the things you do, and in your relationships. Now, with the abundance of pentacle energy here in this pile, or rather, when there's too much pentacle energy in a reading, there's often a sense that, or a fear that it might indicate somebody who's very bogged down by the earthy energy, because when there's too much pentacles, it may feel very draining, feel like you're being weighed down. A pentacle is a very slow and very heavy energy, but with you I don't really see that. I think it's because of the Hanged Man card and the Subconscious card that is obscured in the upper left corner, and as well as the Neptunus card. So the Hanged Man is about taking a pause, in particular, I believe this Hanged Man card depicts the Sleeping Beauty. It's about waiting for something good to come your way. And the Hanged Man card in conventional readings, it could also mean gaining an epiphany from taking a pause from waiting, from looking at things from the other side, from another perspective. And the subconscious card is of course about things that are unknown, things that are a mystery to our psyche, being connected with our inner self, being connected with the deeper aspects of ourselves that may not see the light. So the subconscious it's different from the pentacle energy in a way. It's not about the outside world, it's not about building something, it's not about the external. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear me properly, it just started raining outside. It's not about the external. And the Neptune card is about dreams. Neptune is the ruler of oceans, and oceans are our subconscious, our dreams, our intuitions about the surreal, about the intangible. It's about illusions, about mystery. And I think that despite the very strong pentacle energy that I get, and I also think it's interesting that with the 3 of coins and 7 of coins, the pentacle energy in this pile isn't necessarily about nature. It's not like, let's say, the Queen of Pentacles, where there's a very strong depiction of nature. In this case, the 3 of coins and 7 of coins are about community, are about work, are about social aspects of life. So and when there's too much of that, it can feel like you're being weighed down by structure, by society. However, you do have a side to you that knows when to take a break and reflect. And you are very good at looking at things from a different perspective, as shown in the Hanged Man and even the 7 of coins. The 7 of coins is about taking a pause and taking stock of what you have done, trying to figure out if you should continue or move in a new direction. It's about reflection. So you are somebody who knows when to find time for reflection, find time for the mind, for the faculty of the mind, find time to think. And other people do really like that about you, because they feel like the phrase that comes to mind is all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. While there isn't necessarily an element of play here, I do think that they feel like there's room to work on the more emotional, the more esoteric side of things when they are with you. And they feel like when they are with you, they can experience a balance of the external and the internal, as represented by the subconscious and the Neptune card. Of course, with the subconscious and the Neptune card, it could also mean that you are somebody who is very dreamy and very capable of loving very deeply, beyond a surface level, beyond what you can see, what's tangible, like is shown in the Pentacles. There's more to you than that. There's substance, there's depth to you. And finally, like I mentioned, the Hangman is about looking at things from a different perspective. So with that and the subconscious card and the Neptune card, I feel like you are somebody who is very adept at looking at what is beyond the tangible, seeing things that are beyond what is shown on the surface, and people really like you for that. And that's all I have for group 3. I hope that resonated with you, and I hope to see you again. If you like this reading, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you.